This is the continuation of Luminous by Sokka's first fangirl on AO3. This is Chapter 4, Grief's Beginning. Married? I'm married. Was. Impa said I was married. You said were, Link said weakly. Impa's grip on his hand tightened. I'm sorry, old friend, she said, still too gentle, like Link was about to break apart. Maybe he was. He felt like he might. I was married. I don't remember her, and I was married to her. She gave me the locket, and I don't remember. Her name was Mipha. Why can't I remember? She was my wife. I should remember her. Was. Was. What happened to her? He asked. His own voice sounded very far away, like he was hearing himself from a great distance. He felt like he was floating above his own head, watching it all, like it was happening to someone else. Link, what happened to her? Impa sighed heavily. Her eyes looked wet. She didn't let go of his hand, anchoring him to the world. To explain that, she said, I'll have to explain the calamity and the champions. Please bear with me, Link. It's a long story. She looked so tired, so utterly worn out. So much was lost. Link stared at her. Impa took a deep breath and began. She told him of the calamity from 10,000 years ago, the hero and the princess of sacred power, the guardians, the divine beasts, and their pilots. And then, 100 years ago, the divine beasts were rediscovered, investigated from head to toe until the researchers could figure out how they worked. And eventually, their pilots were chosen. Daruk of the Gorons, Revali of the Rito, Chief Urbosa of the Gerudo, Princess Mipha of the Zora, Link's wife. And you, Impa said softly, wielder of the Master Sword, the chosen hero. There was a flash of grief in her eyes. You were only 12 when you drew that sword. You were too young. I didn't see it then. I'm not sure any of us did. And Mipha, Link pressed. You were childhood friends, Impa said. I believe you first met when you were only 4. You hadn't seen each other in a few years, but then she was chosen as a champion. You were joined at the hip. We could all see it. You gravitated towards each other whenever you saw one another. She gave an almost amused, somewhat offended huff. I believe the only oblivious one was King Rome. She paused, considering it. No, King Dorephan's advisor, Mipha's father's advisor, that is, was utterly oblivious until your engagement was announced. Oh, Link said quietly. Well, you didn't exactly announce your relationship when it started. You kept things rather low-key for a long time. But the champions all saw it. I saw it. Goodness, Zelda teased you relentlessly once you became friends. Link didn't say anything. What was there to say? If he opened his mouth, he'd just start crying. And then, about a year before the calamity struck, Mipha proposed. King Rome tried to cause a fuss, say you needed his permission, of all things, but King Dorephan swiftly shut him up. Good, Link blurted out. Impa grinned. King Dorephan shut him up. I gave him quite an earful. Urbosa nearly hit him, and even Zelda spoke up. I hated him, Link said, looking at the ceiling. Didn't I? I didn't know who he was on the plateau, but I hated him anyway. Impa was quiet. You saw him on the plateau? She asked slowly, dubiously. A ghost, Link said blandly. He blinked slowly, trying to orient himself. He kept looking at the ceiling. Impa stayed quiet. I'll need the full story, she said. Link hummed. Mifa, he prompted. Well, you were married. She squeezed his hand. The ceremony was beautiful. You lived in Zora's domain when you could. Mifa would stay at Hyrule Castle when you couldn't. You were... Her voice was choked with grief. You were a lovely couple. Link opened his mouth, and no words came out. He nodded and signed, "Thank you." He couldn't think of any other response. For a while, they were quiet. Link looked at his tea and set it aside, his stomach clenching uncomfortably. "So then," Impa eventually said, "Rome's ghost?" "Annoying asshole," Link signed. He drew his knees up to his chest, rested his chin on them. Long story. Impa's eyebrows rose. "I have time," she pointed out. Impa at least agreed that Rome sounded annoying. Turns out she wasn't too fond of him either. "Oh, if I could see him again," she muttered, scowling at her teacup like it personally insulted her. "He'd get more than an earful this time, I promise you." Link imagined her, this tiny old woman, running at Rome and swiftly hitting him between the legs. It almost cheered him up. Utterly worn out, he let himself tilt sideways and curled up in a little ball. His hair fell in his eyes and he closed them, clutching the locket. The locket from Mifa, his wife. So, the calamity killed her, he said hoarsely. "It killed them all?" "It did," Impa said softly, regretfully. Her hand, so tiny and warm, ran through his hair. "Do you remember anything at all?" Link shook his head. Impa sighed. "Perhaps that will change," she said, "given enough time." He wanted to remember Mifa. He wanted to remember Zelda. "What do I do now?" he asked. He kept his eyes closed. He stayed as still as he could. Impa stayed with him, a warm and steady presence. "Now," she said, "I have a message from Princess Zelda, but only if you're ready to do it." "To do what?" "To seize your destiny." Slowly, Link opened his eyes, tilted his head up, and met Impa's gaze. She stared at him steadily, her hand still in his hair. "You, Sir Link, sworn protector of Princess Zelda," she said quietly, fiercely. "You are Prince Link of the Zora. You are the chosen hero, but you are also Link. You are 17. You are quiet and shy with a big heart. I've never met someone who loves horses so much. You just rose from the dead, child. If you need time to rest, time to regain your footing, I will not be the one to rush you. Not this time. I promise." She meant it. He could see she meant it. Link didn't remember her, but she cared about him. She'd spent 100 years waiting for him, and she was willing to keep waiting. Slowly, on shaking arms, Link pushed himself up. "Mifa, Zelda, Daruk, Rivali, Urbosa. Mifa, Mifa, Mifa." Link tilted his chin up, his hair tumbling across his shoulders. He was tiny, exhausted, lost, and afraid. His friends were dead. His wife was dead. His friend, his princess, was trapped with the incarnation of evil and hate. She was trapped with the very beast who slaughtered Mifa and the champions. And Link was going to kill it. One way or another, he was going to kill it. He didn't remember Mifa, but maybe he could still avenge her. He couldn't save Mifa, but he could save Zelda. He'd failed 100 years ago, and look at Hyrule now. All those ruins, all those monsters, all those lives lost. He had to try. Link met Impa's gaze head on. "Tell me," he said. "I'm ready." Thanks so much to anybody who listens to this. This is my first time creating a podfic. If you liked it, please go leave kudos and comments for the original author on AO3. I've left a link down in the description.